everyone, and happy holidays from Disney's Epcot. Today is the first day of the International Festival of the Holidays, and I am here to do a fun activity, which is the cookie stroll. In this video, I'm going to be going around and trying all the cookies, letting you know what I think of them. I'll be letting you know how to do the cookie stroll and what you win after the cookie stroll. If you haven't checked out my first video about the Festival of the Holidays, you can go ahead and do that after this video, and I talk about all the festival offerings this season. Also, make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on all of the Disney holiday fun. The first thing that you're going to want to do is grab this Festival of the Holidays Festival Passport. This can be found at multiple locations, but the main one is going to be at the very front of the park, right as you enter where all the park maps are. In order to find the cookie stroll locations, you're going to want to go to the last page of the passport, and right here you will find all the locations and what kind of cookies they are. And then on this page, they're going to give you a stamp, and you're going to put the stamp on each little location so that you can earn your little prize afterwards. So what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do things slightly out of order just because of where I already was after filming my first video, but we are at the American holiday table at the America Pavilion to get our first cookie of the day. One thing to keep in mind is that the cookies share, like the location is shared with like the regular holiday booth, so you will be most likely waiting in quite a long line. All right, the first cookie of the day is a chocolate crinkle cookie found in the American Pavilion. And keep in mind, these cookies are $2.50 a piece. All right, cheers. Pretty good. I think that like a glass of milk would go really well with this. It's like moist in the middle, but it does kind of like leave kind of like a dry, I don't want to say aftertaste, but like feeling. Honestly, not a bad start. And it is a pretty good sized cookie, definitely splittable. I will see if I can try to find it, but there is a cookie jar that you can purchase. So if you don't eat your whole cookie, you go ahead and like store them like as you go. As I try these cookies, I'm also just going to go ahead and rank them from 1 to 5 just for fun, and I will rank them, you know, based on which my favorite, least favorite. This one, I would say, is a solid 3. It is good. It was tasty. Nothing wrong with it, but it wasn't wow. It wasn't anything that I would like want to go to Epcot to specifically get. So, up next on the list, we have a black and white cookie, and this can be found in between the Morocco and France pavilions. While I was talking with a cast member when I was ordering this cookie, she informed me that, let's say like there's 5 cookies, right? Let's say you don't want like a cookie from a certain location because you just don't think it'll taste good, right? You can order 2 cookies from a different location and they'll just stamp it twice. So in the end, all you need to do is eat 5 cookies from any of the booths and you get that like complimentary cookie. But for the sake of this video and for a good time, I'm gonna try all of them. This is interesting. It's nice and has like an icy coating on it. I like that. I think the icing has a really nice fresh flavor. I think that, I don't know if it's like just like not fresh. I'm not really sure what it is, but the cookie itself could be better. Yeah, a bit dry, a bit too dense. It definitely wasn't my favorite. It was fine. It was good. It was edible. But it definitely is not a cookie that I would want to go back for. And because of that, I think I'm going to go ahead and rank it a 2. So we are 2 cookies in out of the 5. And so far we have a 3 and a 2. So, I'm also trying to get through these a little quickly because the sun is going down. Up next, we have the peppermint pinwheel cookie, and this can be found at the Canada booth. Also, can we just talk about how adorable it is that with the stamps, they match the cookie from that location? I'm obsessed with that. I'm gonna be honest, I touched this cookie, felt a little hard, but we're gonna try it, obviously, because I bought it. So, okay, it's good. It's good. The first, The moment I bit into it, I was like, this is hard, it's crusty. But as I kept on chewing, like the peppermint flavor is actually really strong, but like in a good way. It's really good. The base of the cookie is pretty simple, but with the sprinkles on the end, it gives it a really nice crunch, and that peppermint flavor is really good. Well, I definitely think this is the best cookie so far that I've had. I really enjoyed it, but would I go back again to get it? Probably only if I was already in like the booth getting like an entree or something from the festival. I would probably just add that cookie as well. And because of that, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. For our next cookie, we will be going inside the World Showplace, which is in between the UK and Canada. So when you're inside the World Showplace, you're going to go to the Festival Favorites booth, which I believe is the first booth once you enter. Okay, up next we have a gingerbread cookie. Now, if you watched my resort hopping video, you would have seen me try a gingerbread cookie at the Contemporary Resort. That was absolutely terrible, so I'm hoping that this one redeems it. Definitely edible, so points for that. That's all right. Now, there isn't much icing. However, I like the icing because it gives the gingerbread like an extra texture and extra flavor. Makes it less dry. It definitely has a decent gingerbread flavor to it. It's not like too strong. It's not like, too bland. So I would definitely recommend it if you like gingerbread. I will say though, it's not my favorite. I would say that I would rank it as a 3 out of 5. And if I were to stack this up against that crinkle cookie, I would probably, that's a good question. I would probably say the crinkle cookie, but that's just out of personal preference, which I mean, this whole thing is out of personal preference. But yeah. Up next, we have the Linzer cookie from the Germany Pavilion. So I'm going to give y'all some advice, and that is try to do the cookie stroll earlier in the day, especially if it's like a weekend night, like a Friday night, Saturday night, something like that. Because I waited an obscene amount of time for this cookie. But cheers. Best one yet. Best one yet. It has this like fruit jam in the middle of it. Makes it really, really good. The rest of the cookie is pretty like powdery. It's fine. It's nice and moist. The real star of the show is definitely that fruit in there. I definitely appreciate the fact that they don't skimp out on the jam. That definitely makes it much more enjoyable. So this is definitely the best cookie that I've had so far in this stroll. If I were to rank it 1 out of 5, I would say 4.5. I was thinking about giving it a 5, and I couldn't really pinpoint why I wouldn't. However, I just it still wasn't the best. I wouldn't say that it was perfect. I think that the parts where it wasn't 2 layers, when it was just the fruit jam and the bottom layer, it was a bit much, a bit tart and overbearing. So maybe not a full 5 out of 5, but I think it was really delicious, and I would go back for it again. I want to wait 20 minutes though. But yeah, 4.5 out of 5. And just so y'all know, if you want to store your cookies instead of eating them all at once, you can go ahead and get this holiday cookie stroll jar with Chip and Dale on it. It's absolutely adorable. And this jar is $29.99. Attention everyone, I did it. I completed the cookie stroll in about 2 hours. I am very proud of myself. And now I get my reward, which is another cookie from the Holiday Sweets and Treats booth, which can be found at the entrance of the festival in between Mexico and Canada. And from the grand prize, a cute little mini sugar cookie. It's super cute. It is quite the adorable cookie. Definitely the most aesthetically pleasing out of all of them. And now I'm going to eat it. Something to keep in mind if you are going to be visiting the Festival of the Holidays more than once this season is that you don't have to finish the cookie stroll in one day. You can take as long as you want, as long as you do it by December 30th, which is the end of the Festival of the Holidays. I did it in 2 hours because I'm crazy. Also, I told y'all that I would do this video, so that's specifically why I did this. Cheers. I didn't think it was actually going to be peppermint flavored. I just thought that was like, decoration. That used to be like a regular sugar cookie. But I think I do taste peppermint. Subtle. It's good. I would say that the prize cookie is a 4 out of 5. It's pretty standard, pretty good. Does what you want it to. I enjoyed it. So, what are my overall thoughts on the cookie stroll? And keep in mind, this is my very first cookie stroll that I've ever participated in. Well, all the cookies that I had to pay for added up to, I think, $12.50. So, really not that bad, for a nice little activity. And you get 5 cookies in the end, so not bad. And the cookies are pretty big in size. I think that the taste of the cookies were pretty average. There's a lot of food at Epcot, and if you are on a limited budget, then I would say maybe, skip this. But if you just want to try new things and, have fun filling out, getting those stamps and things like that, then sure. I would also recommend that you do it like a normal person would, and just kind of go around the World Showcase and try them as you go, rather than running around Epcot to get them done. For me personally, I just don't think the cookies were good enough for me to be itching to do a cookie stroll again anytime soon. But anyways, I apologize that a lot of the video was in the dark. The sun goes down at 11 a.m. these days, so it was a struggle. But thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments whether you would do a cookie stroll or not, whether you've done one in the past, whether you think that this seems like something that you would like to do. I'd love to know. But until next time, thank y'all once again for watching. And just remember that no matter where I am or where you are, we can find happiness right where we are.